Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser. My name G. It's time to do another horror movie review. This time we're going to review the second part of Fear Street. This one is Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Now, Fear Street Part 2, 1978 is a 2021 American teen slasher film. It was directed by Lee Janenik. It was also written by her and Zach Orlinski. I think I pronounced his name right. This film stars Sadie Sink, Emily Rudd, Ryan Simpkins, McCabe Sly, and Ted Sutherland. Now in this one, in part 2, set in 1978, school is out for the summer and the activities at Camp Nightwing are about to begin. But when another shady slider is possessed with the urge to kill, the fun in the sun becomes a gruesome fight for survival. Now, after watching part 1, I'm sure everyone's looking forward to this next installment of this trilogy. Well, I'm here to say that not only this one has a vast improvement over the first one, director Lee Janenik and her writing partner Zach Orlinski has put together an excellent slasher film worthy enough to be one of the top slasher films that I have seen in a while. Picking up where we left off in part 1, Dina and Josh confront C. Berman, the only survivor of the Camp Nightwing massacre. Hoping she could find a way to save a possessed Sam, Dina and Josh listen as Berman tells them of the events that occurred at the camp back in 1978. So as we begin in this 1978, Cindy Berman is a camp counselor who would like nothing better than to escape the cursed town of Shadyside. Yes, she can't stand it. She wants to get out of there. She's put up this kind of a facade here where she wants to be perfect because she feels as though this is the only way that she can escape the dangers and the negativity there at Shadyside. We see that she is at odds with her sister Ziggy, who is having a difficult time at camp because she's being harassed from the girls from Sunnyvale. After Cindy's boyfriend Tommy is attacked by Nurse Lane, everyone believes that Nurse Lane, is cursed by the Fear Witch, just like her daughter Ruby Lane was. Ruby Lane was the one that killed a whole bunch of people, and they believed that she was cursed by the Fear Witch, just like almost all the other killers that have been in Shadyside. Now, after discovering a journal that Nurse Lane had, Cindy, along with her former friend Alice, her boyfriend Arnie, and Cindy's boyfriend Tommy, they see that Nurse Lane was investigating the Fear Witch's origins. Unfortunately, things go from bad to worse when someone becomes possessed by the witch and the massacre begins at Nightwing. Now, one of the things I truly enjoyed about this film is how Lee and the filmmaker decided to take a different approach in this one as they did in part 1. In this one, we don't get many jokes or not a lot of, I guess you'd say, comedic moments in this particular film. The characters here are much more serious and the tone is much more serious than we see in the first one or in other slasher films. I also like the fact that we also get to learn more about the characters. As this takes its time, this is more of a methodical approach than in the first one. That way, by the time when the killing starts, we get to care about the audience, we get to care about the characters in this particular film. So we get some great character development in this one as we really didn't get in the first one. Now, you really have to give Sadie Sink credit, as she is excellent as Ziggy. She gives Ziggy the type of spunk and anger that the character Ziggy needs. I think she's great. I think she's great as a final girl. Really haven't met a character with this much spunk and determination as I see in a slasher film that Sadie Sink does with Ziggy. I think she's going to become an excellent, if she continues to go down this road, actor to be in horror films or any other things, but she's really great in this film. We learn that Ziggy had a tough life, and unlike her sister, has accepted the fact that she cannot escape the curse of Shadyside. Now, Emily Rudd is just as good as her sister Cindy. I like how Cindy is the exact opposite of Ziggy. They have great chemistry playing off each other as Cindy is trying her best to explain everything away, while Ziggy is more willing to accept the truth about Shadyside. They have great back and forth because there's one scene where we see that Cindy is complaining that if she gets kicked out of camp, she's going to get kicked out of camp too, and she's trying her best to get out of there, while Ziggy simply just tells you just got to accept the fact that we're a Shadyside and nothing's good is going to happen to us. So I like the back and forth that these two sisters have with each other. This sets the stage when the killer strikes, which really doesn't occur until the middle of the second act of the film. And Well, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are saying, it's like, what? I want the killing to start. I want the killing to start. But sometimes it's always good to at least get some character development as opposed to just kill everybody off, because that's really not a good way to do a slasher film, because you're only interested in kills. I prefer something like this where we actually get some nice character development. We get some good acting from the actresses. They're just not there just to be the typical stereotype that we've seen for slasher film. That's another thing I liked about this film. We don't get any type of stereotypical characters. There's maybe a couple of them, but they're not the focus of the movie. We get some nice bonding scenes with some of the characters, and some truths are revealed. There's a couple of scenes while trying to survive. We get some nice bonding scenes from a couple of the characters. Some truths are revealed. I truly like that scene because it's, like I said, it's not the typical cliche characters that we've seen before in slasher films. And of course, we do get some brutal kills. But this one is, once again, no one is safe, creating the type of danger that a slasher film needs. We get some great practical effects in this film. They don't shy away from that. We also get to see some of the origins of how the killers are brought back in this particular film as well, too. The film concludes with a nice setup for the final film, when we'll probably learn how Sarah Fear was created, how Sarah Fear created the curse, and hopefully Dina and Josh will find a way to end it and save her girlfriend Sam. Yes, you can see I truly enjoyed this one, so I'm going to give Fear Street Part 2, 1978, 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Giving this 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. I truly did enjoy this one. Very vast improvement. I love the acting. I love the setup. I love how they took their time, developed the characters, and then when the killing starts, they kept it just as bloody and gory. Not as gory, but just as brutal as we expected. And I'm really truly seeing how they're going to end this series when Part 3 comes out next Friday. So there you have it. That is my review and video for Fear Street Part 2. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please like and share, because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you did see Fear Street Part 2, please leave a comment on your comments and tell me what you thought about it. Now, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Money G, and always remember that horror rules. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.